Welcome inside. Hello everybody, welcome back on this new episode of Inside, where today we're going to speak about a universal theme that happens to be one of my favorite, which is friendship. Now they say that experience is the best teacher. This is why today with me on set I have a trio of friends that have been rocking it together since 1988. So without further ado, let's go ahead and begin the show. Booyah, roll call, and I'm gonna allow these ladies to introduce themselves. So ladies, hello.
Hello.
I am so excited to have you guys on set.
Thank you.
1988.
Yes, ma'am.
But I don't want to get ahead of myself, so please introduce yourselves to our audience.
Okay. All right. Well, I am Calandra Rollins.
I'm Latoya.
And I'm Jamie.
Hi.
Hi.
Are you guys ready to get started with this conversation?
We are.
Yes.
So, okay, before we begin talking about how you guys became friends, just tell us a little bit what you do in life.
A little bit what we do in life. So we're all three actually nurses, LVNs. I actually also, I'm a mother of one. I'm a boy mom. I have a 16-year-old. And then I also manage a case management and a home health agency as well.
All right. What about you, Latoya?
I be chilling. But I work in quality and I'm a compliance auditor.
I'm still working as a nurse as well, but I have a couple of companies myself. The one that's really been my focus is my real estate company right now. So investing is what I do.
Thank you. So ladies, how did you guys meet?
We met in elementary school, Eastland Elementary in Fort Worth, Texas. Born and raised, a neighborhood called Eastwood.
Okay. So how were you guys able to manage going through elementary, middle school, high school, which is the worst, and then college, and then life? How were you able to manage to go through all of that together?
How are we able to go through that together?
I would say it was all our families is similar in backgrounds. That's number one. All in the same neighborhood. Now, my mom isn't from Fort Worth. My mom moved here to Fort Worth when she graduated, high school in Louisiana. But I think it's just our backgrounds with our families. One connection we all had was our grandmothers. That was one big connection that we all had. Granny was everything, but I think just through time, if you want to ask us how we did it, I think it was just that foundation given to us through the grandmothers, I think. And then we just had a lot in common. I know times when we meet people.
Yeah, we do have a lot in common, but then we also have a lot of differences, as well. It's
personality-wise.
Personality-wise. I think it's interesting because I think in a relationship, if you have people that everybody's the same, I think you're going to bump heads and you're going to collide.
Exactly.
Because really now a lot of times we can go like days without speaking to each other, but we know it's just understood. The bond is, it's just there. But we have a lot of similarities, but then we have a lot of differences, also at the same time. So it's about balance.
Yeah, so I would say that the differences is the reason why we stay friends for so long.
Okay, I love the fact that you spoke about foundation. So before we go any further, let's lay this foundation. How do you each define friendship?
Trust.
Yeah.
That is, I always say trust to me, honestly, trust is the secret sauce. Trust is the secret sauce to any relationship, whether that be your spiritual relationship, your marital relationship, whatever relationship. Trust is the secret sauce. To me, I think that trust is the foundation of everything, any type of relationship. So, because like these young ladies, I trust them, with anything. Because any type of relationship, friendship, or bond, you have to be able to be open and to be yourself, within that relationship. That's what's most important. Trust is the secret sauce to everything.
What about you, Jamie?
Trust, but I was going to say loyalty. Yeah. And that's another thing that we all have in common that we've dealt with through our life. A lot of situations that we've all been in, we've stayed in because of loyalty, but it's different stories, right? But since we have that trust and that loyalty in between us, it just sticks, because even if, like she said, we don't talk for days, you talk when you finally do talk to them. It's like
we talk all day.
We can talk for hours.
3-hour conversation. You know what I'm saying?
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
And and then we started a channel ourselves, which now we get to tell people how that happened. Because you'll be surprised how many young ladies you meet. They say that's a best friend, but they just met them 10 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Or 15 years ago. And us, it's been since we were 4. So it's kind of like people are amazed and they want to know, like, how did y'all do that? Y'all didn't bump heads. Well, yeah, we like sisters. We argue. You know, you might have an attitude, but it's like that doesn't last very long.
Because I was going to also ask, you got to be able to know how to forgive too.
Yes.
Yeah, that's very important.
Yes,
you do. Foundation.
You do.
Yeah,
and if you're a person that hold a grudge, when you hold a grudge, to me, you block your blessings.
Yeah.
So you have to be able to let go. I kind of hate when I meet people and they have not let go of some things that has went on with them in life. But grudges, I think, never been able to have one with each other. I guess, I think we able to talk about anything. You know, it's not anything that we're uncomfortable about talking about. Right?
Now, you guys? Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was saying, now we'll get mad.
That's what I'm saying, but it's not.
We'll get mad.
But you don't hold a grudge.
Right. I might not want to talk to you right now. I'll talk to you, you know.
Yeah, and that's true. Like I said, we're like sisters. There's no need of trying to sugarcoat it. I mean, it's the truth,
But I think something else too. None of us have a problem with apologizing. Like if something we feel like we've done wrong.
That's another
like
thing.
coming back and apologizing.
So humility is also another ingredient of y'all's
right,
friendship.
exactly.
Yes,
Correct.
yes.
So how are you guys able to build trust and loyalty?
I think for me, it's just I've told them things I've never really shared with anybody throughout life, even when we were kids. It may not even been nothing. It was something. Maybe it was about a TV show, or maybe you heard something. You know what I'm saying? You just. It's just a conversation that was had. We just have always been able to do that, and it's just natural for us.
I was just gonna say, to me, I feel like it's really organic.
Yeah,
you know.
We don't know.
I think all three of us are kind of picky and selective with relationships and friends and people and things like that. And so I think when we even met, I think that just goes back to childhood for us. And some of that probably goes back to our grandmothers, honestly, instilling certain things in us. You know, and like when you're selecting your friends and the people that you want to associate yourself with, you know, you look for those certain qualities within those people. So I think all three of us, it was an understood thing. Like really, we didn't talk about it and sit and talk, and talk about that and discuss that. But it's just one of those things. I don't know how to explain it. It was just really, truly organic. Yeah, it was just.
So
really,
it was just there from the beginning.
It was
just
there
was
from
there.
the beginning.
It just was there.
I am just amazed as I listen to you, because now I'm going through the cycles of all the friendships. Well, I'm originally from Congo, right? And then, I was born in Congo, raised in Ivory Coast, came here when I was 13. So throughout all these moves, I had different sets of friends. And even when I moved from Houston to Dallas, the only person that I truly remained in contact with was my best friend.
Okay.
Which is gonna be 10 years of friendship now.
Okay.
Since high school. So I'm very excited about it, and I cannot wait to see what the future holds.
Yes.
But then whenever I heard that you guys have been rocking since 1988, it's even older than I am. I am not even like close to 88. I'm like a 99 babe. So I was just wondering, like, throughout the years, because it's a trio of friends, and you know, in every trio of friends, sometimes, especially in my generation, you tend to notice that two friends are more friends with each other, and maybe somebody gets left out. Does that ever happen to you or not?
I think it kind of depends on the season, I guess, because I know if you're in a relationship, it's kind of like you're not going to be as available if you're with somebody, you know. And she has a son, and she was the only one for the longest time that was in a relationship, you know. So it may be things that maybe she did miss out on, and it was a time where me and her lived together. So of course, me and her were together more during that season. So I guess it just kind of depends, but I wouldn't necessarily say left out. It's just you know.
I wouldn't use that word.
Right.
And then you're talking about that, you know, you've traveled. I've lived in Austin. I lived in Austin. I went away. When I graduated high school, I moved away. And they would come and visit. I mean, y'all came and visit maybe once or twice.
A couple times.
And then that didn't work out. I should have stayed my buddy at home anyway. But I moved back home, and it was like we didn't miss a beat.
But I think some of it is about just understanding. Like, I don't know. I feel for people, to be just quite honest, because to me, I feel like with them, I said I was gonna keep it together, but having a relationship with them, like, I don't know what to tell other people about them and their friendships, but to me, I feel like I have two of the best friends. Like, really, honestly, they have more friends probably than me outside of the circle. To me, it's like me, and then it's just them, and then I have my sister, that's also my blood sister, that's also my friend as well. Other than that, really, I don't really have any other friends. But it's just understanding and knowing. Like, to me, like, I talk to Jamie about certain things and understand, because I know you asked ask about since it's 3 of us.
Yeah.
So I talk to Jamie sometimes about certain things that I feel like she understands more. And I talk to Toya about certain things that I feel like that she understands more. So to me, it just...
And I'm
it
not,
just
and it's, we're
works
not
out, but
bothered
I
by
don't think
that.
that anybody really gets jealous. We just have this understanding. Yeah, we just have this understanding.
I think the love that I have for them, I don't want them uncomfortable with me, because I'm just gonna be me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna, as we've grown out of some things. You know what I mean? You know, as you mature, you start to, mature in other areas of your life. But just with our relationships, just with men, we all were in long relationships with these men, and it would be like she's explaining, you're in this relationship with this man, you're doing all this focus, you're trying to be loyal, but it's just never forgotten. You know what I'm saying? And then when you want to vent, it's been times if I wanted to vent during that relationship, if I didn't get Toya, then I get Calandra, or if I didn't get Calandra, I get Toya, because I'm saying I need to talk to somebody, but those would be the two, honestly. And I have a younger sister as well, honestly. So it's kind of like, and I do, like she's explaining, having other friends, but for some reason when we do have other friends, we never mix them in this trio. I don't know why we keep it separate. I don't know. It's not on purpose. It's not to shut anybody out, but it's like we just remain the 3.
And what do your other friends think about your trio?
I think my friends are okay. Because I kind of keep the same kind of friends around me, so they have the same temperament, so they not bothered by.
They're kind of just like you, like when they know of them. Then sometimes they'll ask like, "How long y'all been friends?" And I'll say like, since we've been 4. We don't say 1988, but we say since we were 4. We've been knowing each other since we were 4. And be like, for real? Really? I don't remember nobody. You know what I'm saying? When I was 4 years old. But it's the growing up together and the situations. And
I think most people know that it's kind of just understood. For me, on my end, they don't even touch that. They know that they just...
Yeah.
You can't even touch that or talk about that. Like I said, I don't really have as many friends outside of the circle anyway. Like I said, my blood sister, she's also my friend as well. But other than that, like really, maybe one other person I think I would call like a friend, maybe 2. But it's like people, they just know that it's understood. It's almost like a sisterhood, really. It's more like we're blood. We're not really blood related, but it's like we're blood related. So it's like it's understood. So most people, they don't really say too much about it. Not for me. They don't.
And it's the friends that we have on the outside, they'll say, "Oh, so what y'all doing for Calandra's birthday this year? Or what you doing for LaToya's birthday this year? Or what y'all doing for your birthday this year?" It's like they know. You know what I'm saying? Because it's been there, I guess, forever. So it's kind of like not, I don't feel that they are offended or bothered by it at all. I just think, like she say, it's just, they just know. Not that they're not invited. I invite them. I've invited the other friends out with us and things like that, because sometimes it's cool to not only just be us 3, because basically us 3, we're very boring women. So when we really, really want to have a good time, we do sometimes, we bring that other crew around so we can just bring it on out. You know what I'm saying?
Boring.
Yeah, we're not. People look at us and then they, find out what our careers are and things like that, and they think that we just have this awesome life that we're just, but it's no turn up. Sorry.
Not at all.
No turn up.
Wow, established since 4. So now I want to know. You guys have mentioned that you've been in relationships and there were times when you guys were off your friendships. So how was it like for you not to have your friends whenever you had to focus on your relationship?
I don't think I ever felt like I didn't have my friends though.
Right.
Because I think Toya had mentioned that, I probably was the most recent one to come out of a long-term relationship. But I never felt like that. I knew they were always there. So if I needed them, I know that they were always, there was no question in my mind. So if I needed them, I could always call them. They would be right there.
Right. Same with me, And like I said, if it was a situation, I stop what I'm doing. When I'm, if you need me in that way, and vice versa. I don't know. I don't think I think we just know. It's like, okay, she's probably, the traveling, the birthdays. You may not do nothing with each other for the birthday if you're in a relationship with someone, because most likely your boyfriend is going to maybe want to take you out of town or take you out to dinner and things like that. So I'm not sure. It's just not any conflict. Where I'm in this relationship, so
because it's not like we cut each other off.
Yeah, that's what I'm
in
saying.
a relationship.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
no,
it's not like that.
We may not communicate,
all the time
as much. But I will say, I think I would have to admit that I think that whoever I end up with next, or whatever committed relationship that I get into next, that I think that I shouldn't shut my friends off as much, which I didn't do that purposely. Like I said, of course, I know that they knew that I wasn't doing that to be funny or anything like that. But you just get so focused in, on what's going on with your relationship, even if it's a marriage or whatever the case may be. I think you still should have your independence and still reach out to your friends. So that's where I was admit and say that I think I was a little bit guilty of, just kind of just zoning in just on this one person, at that time. Yeah, but going forward, as I've aged, I think that it's important to still make sure that I have that connection with them, because they're going to always be there. They're going to always be there, and I know they're going to always be there.
And these men be in and out the door.
So what is the most memorable memory that you guys have together?
Ooh.
Craziest, the funniest.
Craziest, funniest, it probably goes back to high school. I think for me, at least, I think that's when we had the most. Well, actually, was that even high school? When did I get my car? I was 16. So that was high school. That was in high school. We call it the Elantra days. That's the first car I had, a Hyundai Elantra,
She had this Elantra with a system in it. Yeah. So we'd be coming down the street basing.
Here's coming.
We love music. We love music. And actually, we used to listen to trap music.
When we didn't call it trap at that time. That's what it was.
And we would go.
And you guys did not get suspended?
No. This was like on the weekends and different things
like
that.
Okay, not on the school park.
Not on the school. No. This was after school hours. This was like I say, on the weekends. We would go over to, like I say, we're from Fort Worth. We would drive over to Dallas and we would go to Deep Ellum and things like that. Yeah, you couldn't. But to me, that was my funnest times.
We did.
Because we thought we were grown. So we would just
all thought so.
Yeah, we thought we were grown.
Yes. It was a good time. And the laughs and the things that it's been things that me and Calandra have done together that me and Toya haven't done when it comes to like drama. Like I'm ready to act a fool, you know what I mean? Back in my time. So it was a lot of stuff that me and Calandra kind of did in the background, and it's funny now. I mean, back then we were so-called mad, but it's funny now if you think about it. I don't know. I think that was our most memorable times is when we was in high school. I think that was just like...
High school was awesome for us.
Yeah, it was great. Now, we didn't go to the same high school. I went to O.D. Wyatt.
That's what's funny about it. We went to different schools.
They went to Dunbar High, and I went to O.D. Wyatt.
Actually, we did split at some times, because actually we went to, when we left elementary,
I
fifth grade, we were all together,
Mm.
and my dad likes to remind me of that story. He thinks that it's so funny. I think you've heard it already before, because I was crying and crying. Remember we went to CC's Pizza.
The CC's Pizza.
And I was crying. He said like I was dying because I thought that I was never going to see
us again.
Toya, especially because you went to a different middle school.
Yeah.
Actually, because me and you we went to Glen Crest together.
Yeah, I had to go to
So when we got to fifth grade, we were splitting up basically. Toya was leaving the circle, so we thought we were never going to talk again. So my dad likes to tease me because I cried and cried and cried because he thought I was going to never see Toya again. But yeah.
And then we stayed separate though. Me and Calandra stayed together through middle school, and then
we split at high school.
We split in high school, and then
Toya came back together.
Right, and then we came back together in high school.
Right. And then like she's saying, the weekends and things like that. Boy, every weekend.
And then you went away for college.
Then I went away for school.
You guys stayed here.
Correct.
Yes.
And then you came back.
And then I came back.
It's like the bond was calling.
Yeah, but we still all stayed together and communicated through that time. So
because they came to see me.
We were still friends during that time. Yeah, doing all of that time. We were still
because I went to UT Austin. So we had, everybody knows that everybody comes down. It's like the old Kappa Beach party. Everybody come down to do Texas relays. Every school is going to be in Austin doing Texas relays. And so that's when they would come. And we just would do stuff, have fun, be in my dorm. Then they go back home. But every time they came, I was like, I should have gotten a call with them. I'm for real, seriously.
And you stayed in Austin the entire college years, right?
Well, I was there almost 2 years, and then I decided to go ahead and come back because I wasn't doing right. I wasn't doing right at all. So I might as well come back home where people know me and I'm not a stranger. And because I have another best friend, Sharita, we were, we moved down there together. We went to ODY together. And we came back home. I came back home, I'm sorry, and she stayed and she got married in Austin.
And the funny thing about Sharita, I was friends with her first in middle school.
I
met her first in middle school.
But then they met up best friends.
Correct.
But yet you guys are still friends because you guys are still kind
that
of
it's just there.
Okay.
We're trying to give you like the concrete, the wet part before it dries. It's like it just was always there. You know, I just always came back. Even our parents, you know each other. My dad still brings up, Calandra had a birthday party at her grandmother's house one year. See how she laughing? Those were some good times. And I was in a situation, you probably can't see it, but I got a scar up here on my head somewhere.
Because she was getting it.
I was dancing. I was the dancer.
Okay.
I'm the dancer.
What was your favorite dance move?
All of them.
But let's just say she got a carpet burn on her forehead.
Let's ask
So,
her how.
but my dad, that was, my dad met Calandra's dad that night. And he got out, because I have old school parents. They wasn't going to drop me off at nobody's party and not go in there and see who was there. So he got out, and Calandra's daddy was out in the front in the driveway, and they was out there talking and things like that. And actually, they haven't seen each other again until our brother, Calandra's brother Marcus, had passed away. But he's always brought that up, like, does he still live in that house over there? No, Dad, that man don't live in that house. He never lived in that house. Calandra just so happened, she was just having a birthday. I think she was turning, 14?
I don't even remember the
14,
age,
15 or something like that. But
my
that was the
granny's
party
house.
of the year, baby. It was in Granny's backyard.
Yeah.
So, I don't know how to
You
explain
got
it.
that rug burn on your head.
Bending it over, dropping it like it's hot. She was bending it over, dropping it like it's hot.
It was a mannish boy there. I'm just having a good time, and he just took the dance too far and raised me up and kept dancing with me, and my head
she was just knocking.
My head was knocking on the Dad had put a rug out there for us to dance. He put something out there because it was grass. So he put a rug out there for everybody to get on there and dance. And I was always dancing. They never danced. I'd go dance by myself, and it was just a boy there. And he just did too much. He just did too much. And then I woke up that next morning, and I had this, I don't know what side it's on, but it's up here. If you look closer, I have a scar up here. And I was like, well, I got a carpet burn.
If you can tell, she's the most outgoing and most outspoken over all of us.
I can tell. Yes. Okay, so before we get to our little game, I would like to know, from your point of view, why do you think that friendships nowadays no longer work as they used to?
Loyalty. People don't have it anymore.
And then I think, too, people feel the need to want to compete with their friends instead of being happy for them and understanding the fact that what's for you is for you.
Yep.
Everybody have their own
life
road that they're going to go down. It's not going to always be the same, and it doesn't make one better than the other, so.
And I think just let people be who they are. That's because I don't agree with everything that Toya does. I don't agree with everything that Jamie does. And I'm sure they don't agree with everything that I do. But I let them be who they are. And you just let it go at that.
So you would say that it goes back to actually being there for who the person is.
Just respecting who they are as a person.
And allow them to be who they are. But some people, they're not able to do that,
So like, well, I don't like that, so
I can't associate myself with that.
Because you be surprised, a lot of ladies that I meet, the friendships went wrong. For me, I want my whole team to win. At all times.
Right, exactly.
I've always been like that. Don't know why.
I share that.
Yeah, I want everybody winning.
Right.
But I meet other women that I know of situations between women where the friendship stopped because people start climbing that ladder, and no, it's like you want to be the only person in the group successful. You want everybody to need you. You know what I'm saying? And things like the control, or getting into it because somebody talking to this dude that you don't like. You know what I'm saying? So you cut the friendship off because she got with the guy you didn't like. Things like that. It's not none of your business, first of all. People are grown. But you can't let that deter a friendship.
Exactly.
Right, but people don't know how to give grace and mercy. That's what I would say as well, too. Like you have to be able to forgive people because in relationships, you're going to be hurt. We've, I think, been hurt by one another, but we're able to, forgive those people. I mean, forgive each other, and we be able to move past that. Some people are not able to do that.
That's true.
Yeah.
Goes back to grudges.
I definitely agree with you, because one thing that we've noticed, especially in our generation, at my age with females, is that constant need of being the center of the attention, being under the spotlight. Whereas, like, I think life is made of seasons. In a group of friendship, there could be that one person who's shining for one season.
Exactly.
But as they say, the basket goes around. So if you're shining, you have to be ready and willing to clap for the next person to shine. And I'm actually witnessing that with my girlfriends, and I'm really happy for them, because now everybody is actually on the right path to actually accomplishing big things. So I definitely share that, and I love you guys for it. So now let's play How Well Do You Know Each Other?
Oh, that's
a
what
lot
we're playing.
of people, they claim to be friends, but when it comes to like certain questions, they'll be like stuttering. So I want to know how you guys, how well do you guys know each other? So who is the more, I think I know the answer to that question. No shade, but who is more likely to be late to events?
Oh, that's me.
She said, I think I know that. Jamie,
so it wasn't just a one-time thing.
But just in her defense, we all be late.
Okay.
We've grown up and they've gotten better than me.
Yes.
But I shouldn't have been late today. It was just a little trap. I left the house on time.
We do, I do be late.
Yeah, I left the house on time, but today that was bad.
I'm working on it.
Yeah, we are all late, but I think we've gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah,
I'm
we
like,
trying.
you know what, we knocking on 40. We can't keep showing up late.
Late to everything.
I'm so sorry.
Exactly.
Yeah, we working on it. We growing. We growing.
I'm working on it.
But I would have to say Jamie, sorry.
Okay.
So who forget the most?
Who forgets the most? We have to answer.
Well, but yeah.
Ain't no way.
I was already.
Well,
She owns it. I love it.
we love you.
And it's not on purpose. It's cool. It's not on purpose, I promise. Especially when I'm busy and I'm focused. I'm guilty of it. Even with my own family, I forget stuff, important stuff. I do. It's not on purpose. My aunt just told me last night, I want you to go get some memory pills. She just told me. I didn't even know they had memory pills.
We're going to get you some ginkgo biloba. Was it ginkgo biloba? There we go.
Ginkgo what?
Biloba.
Sure.
I think that's it.
Sure. Okay.
It's a natural herb.
Have you tried like writing stuff down as they go through your mind so you don't forget?
I try to put them in my phone. Yes, I've started penciling in dates and things like that, but sometimes still. Yeah.
And who is the funniest?
I guess that's me again.
I think that's Mrs. Jamie.
Yeah.
That's me again.
You got to give us another question.
I think she got a list of them.
So who is more likely to be the mom of the group?
The mom of the group?
You.
Yeah, I would say me.
Making sure that everybody does the
That's
things
probably
the right
me.
way.
Probably because I'm the only one with the kid. But yeah, I think that's me. I would agree.
For sure.
So you guys are at a restaurant. Who is more likely to call a manager to complain about the food?
Listen.
We're listening. We're listening.
I'm a germaphobe. So listen, I have to check it out, make sure nothing's floating in my water. That's all. I just want my stuff to come out, Right.
Now, do you make a big scene or you
I don't make a
dramatic
scene.
about
She
it,
won't
or
make
you
a
very
big scene.
respectful?
No.
She's not going to do that.
I don't make a scene, but I will be like, excuse me.
Well, and that's
real
all right
quiet.
too, because I mean, they need feedbacks. Well, who is the life of the party?
Can we go to the next question? I feel like we're picking on my friend.
No, we're not picking on her.
I would say out of the three of us, that would be
Everybody
Jamie.
needs to have a friend who is the life of the party.
But it has to
everything
be.
is
It
fun.
has to be with people I know. People have seen me with parties with them not there, and I'm not that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, if it's just us, then it's gonna be me. Yeah.
Okay, our second to last. Who is more likely going to tell a joke that gets them in trouble?
Oh,
In trouble?
Not a joke. We don't
I
do
would probably
jokes.
say me, because usually I'm always saying something out of line, and then I'm like, dang it, they heard me say that.
That's
probably
very,
would be
that's
me.
very true, because she'll
Yeah.
say something and be like,
I'm
yeah.
like, dang it. So yeah, that's
But it's not
probably
a
me.
joke though. It's just her making a comment. She makes
it.
So you're very blunt and
We always getting caught up.
I feel you on that
Yes.
one. I had to work that out, but
Yeah.
it's all right though. Last one. Who is more likely going to laugh during a serious conversation?
That would be me. I'm extremely goofy,
That's
but
good.
serious at the same time. But yeah, I would say me.
All right, so this is the end of How Well Do You Know Each Other? And then that marks also the end of our show. Thank you, ladies.
Thank
so
you for
much.
Thank
having
you guys for having us.
One last
Thank you.
word to say to my audience in regards to friendship.
In all things, choose loyalty. Loyalty, not loyalty that hurts, but loyalty that's true.
Always treat your friend how you want them to treat you.
Let people be who they are, and trust is a secret sauce.
Trust is the secret
I'm
sauce.
telling you.
Keeping that.
I'm telling you.
Loyalty and also treat others however you want to be treated.
Every relationship, trust is a secret sauce. I promise.
All right, thank you so much, ladies.
Thank you.
I say this from the bottom of my heart. I've had a lot of fun shooting this episode. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
And I hope this is not the last time that you guys are actually coming.
No, we'll come back.
I'm not gonna go through and measure. I'm gonna come straight to you.
Okay. That's all right. That'll work.
Cool too.
Thank you so much.
Thank
All right,
you.
guys, this is the end of our episode. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't done so already, and hit the notification bell so you do not miss any new episode. In the meantime, you guys stay safe and bye-bye.
Bye.